I would say a couple of things that really differentiate UDC from other schools is one, of course, is the clinical program, and another is the public interest mission of the school is if that's the area that you're looking to practice, it's a really good environment for that.
I would just add on that that is what makes being in clinic so exciting, because it really is that intersection between legal knowledge and legal skill and creating social justice. I mean, these issues where you get to assist low-income communities, it's really what gets people motivated. And you think you might have a straightforward answer for what you like to do, and then you jump into the code books, the statutes, the cases, and it always becomes an intellectual problem as well. And that's really exciting for the students to be able to create some good and do something wonderful while also doing something really challenging.
I think that it helped open my eyes quickly to what it means to be out of law school and what it means to be a lawyer practicing and what there is out there. I think that a lot of law schools keep you contained in a box, whereas UDC lets you interact with the greater world and for the greater good.
You understand why defense attorneys make the arguments that they make. You understand why prosecutors make the arguments that they make. You understand, and you get to see why judges came to certain conclusions. While I was working at PDS, I was also taking evidence in the summer, and the juxtaposition between actually being in a courtroom and taking evidence class, you're almost having a real life practice. You know, you learn about hearsay, and then you're watching it in a courtroom as part of your internship, and you're almost able to anticipate why the defense or the prosecutors are going to make their argument and anticipating why the judge is making the decision. So there was a concrete example of the connection between my internship and my class. And fortunately, it helped me with my grade in my class as well.
The best thing about the clinics is, you get kind of sometimes tired of just studying from a book and just doing what you've done for the last 25 years of your life in high school and college, and then finally you're able to get to graduate school, and you see that you're still learning from the book, but then you get the clinic experience where you get to actually be involved with the practice of law.
I think when I go to class now, I can definitely approach reading a textbook in the back of my mind thinking, well, how does this apply to the specific population that I envision myself working with, namely the Latino population? And this semester, I have an immigration law class, which is covering all of the things that I've had a chance to experience with an attorney, so the situation and the context is already familiar to me. And I feel that this is an area of law that I would love to practice once I graduate. And since I've been able to create and establish a network, I'll be able to hit the ground running once I graduate and actually have contacts established and places, nonprofits that I'll be able to work with.
I know that so many of my colleagues, and I have friends who have gone to other law schools, and some of my classmates who are at other law schools, who came in with me or now at other law schools, and they regret not having the kind of hands-on service that we have. What they do is they learn the black letter law, inside and out, but they don't know how to practice law. They don't know how to interact with clients the way that we've got an opportunity to do so. That program, which I did 2 years ago, I did it last year as well. I stayed with the program. I plan on doing it again this year. Has exposed me to a network of people who it was incredible.
I can't say enough about the program. It introduced me to legal mentors that I still keep in contact with today. It introduced me to judges with a wide variety of experience that have really wanted to help me and lead me in the right direction. It also applied directly to my classes. I couldn't believe that these principles that Professor Britton in Civil Procedure 101 was hammering home actually applied in the real world setting.
My placement definitely, I think, influenced my trajectory in law school, because I had initially been semi-interested in juvenile and special education, but I think working at YST definitely cemented it, and then definitely led me to put juvenile and special ed as my first choice. And then I had a lot of experience to draw upon, and I was familiar with a certain number of the players within the district to be able to navigate the systems for my clients when I was enrolled in clinic, and then afterwards, because then following, after clinic, I decided to pursue special education, and so I worked at the Office of the State Superintendent doing special education disputes from the other side, and I actually ran into my intern supervisor at in a mediation. So that was just interesting, being on the different side from my previous supervisor from YSC. So it was good experience and good training.
I think because of the law and justice course and because of the community service requirements and different things, I would have more practical experience in actually dealing with clients and dealing with the court system and different things that can actually help me to hit the ground running once I am in the real world. And it may be a less of a learning curve for me, just because, again, I would have had access to those opportunities.
It's just not a cookie cutter approach to the practice of law. We don't just do one thing, we do a lot of different things. And we get in, just now, Bradford and I just got out of seminar with students, and I think the two of us both learned from some of the questions and the ideas that our students raised to us about how to handle the clients, how to help the clients do what they want to do. So a lot of it is a lot of being here is just the fun of interaction with each other and new ideas and old ideas and
Right.
people
And
with
it's-
all sorts of levels of skills.
And it really is just like law firm practice in that way, where you're that interchange of ideas, and really in an ideal sense because of the mission makes it a lot better than what you might get in some other practice scenarios. Those are skills that those students will be able to build on, and when they graduate, they'll be able to say that they've had that experience and can go into practice ready in that sense.
There's so many advantages, but I think one of the largest is just feeling like a confident lawyer, feeling like I have practical experience to draw upon, and having done it myself. Like I'm walking in having filed a petition, I'm walking in having represented clients in numerous settings, and so it's not, when I enter and hopefully I'm a barred attorney, it won't be the first time I'm introducing myself as a practitioner, and I think that's served me very well to date throughout law school, and I think it'll serve me immensely going forward.
What it did for me was to reaffirm that I'm doing the right thing, and that we can in fact make a difference, and that this is the school to do that.